Hello guys. Sorry for the background disturbance and all. So let us fall in love with the thermodynamics. Okay, not a good heart symbol, right? Okay. So what is thermodynamics? Everything related to temperature, right? Thermo means temperature because thermo, there are many things with thermo, right? Okay. So for example, if I have a flask like this and suppose it is filled with some gaseous things and I have closed this and if I apply some heat, this is heat. On applying heat, this will the area of gaseous surface will start to increase. Okay, so this piston, not piston, that thing raises. So initially, suppose this one is having some pressure, let it be P1, and this gaseous is being in the volume V1 and let it be in the temperature T1. So it's P1 V1 T1, but after supplying heat its pressure changes to P2, volume changes to V2 and temperature changes to T2. So this P1 V1 T1 is being changed to P2 V2 T2. T2, nice name. Yeah, I think there is a cartoon in Pogo, the T2. Yeah, I love it really much because it depicts like a school children lazy to go to school, like just like me. Okay, fine. So this P1 V1 T1 into P2 V2 T2. This thing is not taking place simultaneously. Not simultaneously. What to say? Just like converting reactant to product, not just thing. Okay, so there is some intermediate state between them. Okay, so all the intermediate state, these things, there is some intermediate state on converting this to this. So these intermediate state is always in equilibrium, then only the reaction will takes place, right? So that is what we call as thermodynamic equilibrium. Clear? Okay. So basically we have many kinds of thermodynamic, like constant pressure thermodynamic, then constant volume CV, then isothermal we have, and then we have adiabatic and polytropic. This polytropic is not at all an important thing, I just told it for your extra knowledge. Who doesn't like to have an extra knowledge, right? Yeah. So let us move on to, without any delay, the basic thing, that is the first law of thermodynamics. Okay, dynamics, first law of thermodynamics. So this first law of thermodynamics is based on the law of conservation of energy. Law of conservation of energy. What is law of conservation of energy? Energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but can be transformed from one form to another form. That is law of conservation of energy. So first law of thermodynamics is based on the law of conservation of energy. And this first law of thermodynamics is applicable to any closed system and is applicable to any cyclic process, and also it is applicable to any open system. So what is open system and what is closed system? Open system means there is some exchange between a system and surrounding. The matter and energy both get exchanged. That is called as open system. And a closed system means there is only energy is being exchanged from system to surrounding or from surrounding to system. No matter or mass transfer takes place there. And cyclic process is nothing but the system undergoing many series of process, but after completion it is going to get its original state. Okay, that is called a cyclic process. So this first law is applicable to all the three things. Now, so in order to explain it in a mathematical way, it is represented delta U equal to Q plus W. I'll come to that. Please just note it. That's it. Okay. Now, there are some important results for this isothermal expansion. First one is for ideal gas. For ideal gas, the isothermal expansion against the vacuum, the work done is 0, Q is 0, delta U is 0. What is delta U, delta Q? I mean Q and W. W is nothing but work done, and Q is not the charge that we study in physics, it is the quantity of heat. Delta U is change in entropy or internal energy. Okay, so whenever you see a question in any exams, ideal gas, vacuum, free space, if there is any option like what is the work done, 0, Q is 0, delta U is 0. So in option, if 0 is there in question, it is vacuum and free space, then surely mark it off. Then the second result is for isothermal irreversible expansion. Okay, irreversible expansion. So for irreversible expansion, that is the same equation. This is the first law of thermodynamics. Delta U is equal to Q plus W. So that time delta U, what is delta U? It is change in entropy, that is irreversible, right? So there won't be any change. It cannot be reversible. For example, if one thing is going from reactant to product, there is no change in them, that is, it won't shift to product to reactant. It is not possible. It is irreversible. So delta U is 0. So Q plus W. So I can also say Q is equal to minus W. Here we have to study a formula, that is work done on isothermal irreversible process minus Px into del V. That is, work is external pressure into the V is what? Yeah, external pressure into velocity. Okay, so this is a formula that you have to study. Okay, I told that Q is minus W, so Q will be minus of minus Px delta V, so it will be P external into delta V. That will be the answer. And you have to study only the equation if you are preparing for the competitive exams. And now the third one is reversible. For reversible, isothermal reversible change, the formula basic is delta equal to Q plus W. For isothermal, delta U is always 0. So delta equal to 0 implies the same equation, Q is equal to minus W, right? But here work done will be minus 2.303 RT nRT log Vf by Vi, or the same minus 2.303 RT log Pi by Pf. So this is a work done for reversible isothermal change. Okay, so this Vf is, so I'll explain everything. N is nothing but the number of moles of gaseous product minus number of moles of gaseous product minus number of moles of reactant, gaseous reactant. Okay, then R is the ideal gas constant 8.314 joule per Kelvin per mole, and Vf and Vi is the final volume, initial volume. Pi by Pf is initial pressure, final pressure. This is Vf by Vi, here Pi by Pf, don't get confused. Okay, fine. And the last one is adiabatic. Okay, adiabatic. So in adiabatic, whenever this adiabatic comes to mind, just remember of the flask, thermoflask. What is thermoflask actually? This is a thermoflask, not this is a thermoflask. Okay, this is somewhat, this is like thermoflask. And if we use it like we are going to some hill stations and all, and we want to drink hot tea, what we will do, we will store this tea in this thermoflask so that there will be no system surrounding interaction. That is, for example, this is thermoflask. I need to write, otherwise you don't know what the thing I have drawn is. And this is a glass of water, normal glass of water. And in both the cases, I'm having tea, and I'm going to one is taking this one to the hill station, and another one is taking this one to the hill station in order to drink the tea on the cold weather. The one who took this one is going to be a fool, because there is some transfer, because this is an open system, so there is exchange between the system and surrounding, right? So when it is hot, if the surrounding is cool, the surrounding and system will try in such a manner that both of them will be somewhat having the same kind of temperature. But in case of thermoflask, whatever be the temperature outside, whatever be the thing which is happening outside, this one is nothing cared of anything. Okay, so this remains the same. So that is adiabatic. Okay, so that is Q is 0. That is work done is, not work done, the quantity of heat is 0. Okay, that is no heat is coming or no heat is going. That is why Q is equal to 0. I can write delta U is equal to W, and the work done is same as at minus P delta V. Okay, here the work done is called as adiabatic work. That is a difference. Okay, now let me explain the first law of thermodynamics in a detailed manner. So before moving on to that, what is system and surrounding? If this is a glass, this is called to be a system, and the rest of the things around is called as surrounding. So the whole universe is comprised of the system plus surrounding. Okay, so if some work is done on the system, we are doing some work to this, okay, on the system, then we can say that it is negative. Work done is negative. If the work is doing by the system, this system is doing some work, it is doing some work, right? So then it is positive. Clear? You need to remember this because most of the students don't care of these things, silly things. They will forget it and may lead to big mistakes. Okay, now similarly, system. Okay, we are supplying some heat. Okay, we are supplying, this is heat. Okay, wow, heat. Okay, fire. We are supplying some heat to the system, then it is positive. Then if system is supplying some heat, then it is negative. For example, if you have a television, okay, television uses heat by current. Okay, so it is positive, this is a positive thing, right? But what if the TV starts emitting so much of heat? It is a negative thing, right? For example, in phone itself, you may be knowing that the phone gets so much of heated, and notification will be like your phone gets heated, cool it, like that. So notification will be there. That is heat on the system, is heat producing by the system. Okay, so if phone is a system and it is producing lots of heat, then it is a negative impact. You can remember in that way also. Clear up to this? Okay, fine. Then let us move on to this first law of thermodynamics. I told in the beginning that is applicable to all the things, cyclic, closed and open. So in case of cyclic, how this law is applicable? The algebraic sum of heat interaction, okay, this is heat Q, okay, is equal to algebraic sum of the work done. Okay, this is a statement. Okay, so I told this, for example, this is a system. Okay, I'm supplying some heat. Supplying heat means it is a positive thing. So this is Q1, positive symbol, right? Then so this is doing some work, W1. Work is done by the system means it is also positive. So I am writing this W1 this side. Okay. Now I am supplying some amount. So on doing this, and this system is also releasing some heat. Releasing heat means what? Releasing heat means it has actually a negative part, right? So negative Q2. Then the work done, some work is, we are doing some work on that. Okay, so we are doing some work means it is negative. We studied here. This is the equation. Many of them will not say why here negative. That's what I said. Okay, so many will be studying like Q1 minus Q2, it's W1 minus W2, without knowing what is the reason behind that. Okay, now let us move on to the next thing that you have to study is very interesting. These were all the first law of thermodynamics. Next one is the second law of thermodynamics, and it is very interesting. I'm not just joking here. Okay, so in second law of thermodynamics, what you have to mainly study is that, before moving to that, let me say one thing. Okay, heat, we are giving heat to the work. Okay, that time we cannot say efficiency is always 100%. It will not be always 100%. But if this work, while doing this work, a heat is produced, then that time efficiency can be 100%. But in this case, efficiency cannot be 100%. Okay, can be 100% doesn't mean it should always be 100%. Not a point. Okay, so in second law of thermodynamics, mainly we have two statements. Okay, two statements are there. First one is Cauchy statement, and second one is the Kelvin-Planck statement. This is very interesting, children. You'll start loving this thermodynamics from now onwards. Okay, so this Cauchy statement, so in order to study it, let me explain it with the help of again another example. Cauchy statement, when it comes to the mind, CO means cool, somewhat like cool spelling. This O comes here, so cool means refrigerator. Refrigerator is working on this principle. Okay, now then if this is refrigerator, this one will be going to the heat engine. This is the application. This is what the application is. Okay, so instead of studying this theories, please focus on studying applications. Then only new innovations will be there. Okay, fine. So what is Kelvin-Planck statement? Okay, this is the second one, right? Okay, first one, Cauchy statement. Cauchy statement. Okay, what is Cauchy statement? It is actually based on refrigerator principle. That is, there is a transfer of heat from low temperature. Suppose I am having temperature T1, which is very low temperature, and I have a temperature T2. This is high temperature. So this is there is some transfer of heat from low temperature to high temperature. How we can temperate? By consuming the work when it is being transferred from low temperature T1 to high temperature T2. This is principle used in refrigerator. Okay, fine. So in refrigerator you may have seen that we will be storing the fruits, vegetables or any ice creams and all inside the fridge, and inside the fridge region you can see that it is very cold, and many people will put the head inside the fridge, like just like me, just mad people. So inside the fridge what makes it cool is nothing but a machine called as evaporator. So this evaporator region, okay, and this evaporator region is having the deep freezer region. You may have played with that. There is some round thing that is deep freezer frozen like that. Now we can adjust it, right? So it is deep freeze, that is negative 10 degrees to it is minus 5 degree, that and all not needed. So what will this deep freezer do? This deep freezer will start making the thing cool. Okay, start making the things cool, that is whether it may be a vegetables or whatever it may be. So in order to make it cool, how did the fridge, inside the fridge, how did it become cool? Okay, how did it become cool? Suppose this is a fridge. I am having vegetables on this fridge. Initially this vegetable have some heat. Okay, and this is a deep freezer. I mean the evaporator machine is inside it. Okay, so these vegetables, this deep freezer will start absorbing heat from the vegetables. Seems to be quite interesting, na? So these evaporator will start absorbing the heat from these vegetables. Okay, and what will it do? I told that low to high temperature, but it is temperature is low now, so it is absorbing this heat. This refrigerator, not refrigerator, this deep freezer evaporator is absorbing the heat from the vegetables or fruits, whatever we keep there, and it will emit the heat. Okay, how is it emitting? If you are a good observer, you may have seen like compressor or anything behind the fridge, and if you touch it, don't touch it, okay, because it is so much hot, and that hot is due to this heat emitted due to this fridge. That is what I have told Colossian statement. Okay, simple, right? So that part is called there you can see condenser coil, where it is very much heated, and this is actually not spontaneous process. Let me explain you one more thing, that is I am having a glass of water. Which water? I can say hot water. Okay, and I have a glass of again I have a glass of cold water. Okay, so this hot water, if I keep this hot water in this table for some time, it will automatically get cooled. No need of any work. So hot to cool, no work is needed. Okay, but here this cold thing, I have to emit this heat, right? So in order to make this cold into heat, is it possible? If I have an ice cream, I'm keeping this, it will start melting, but it won't, like cold to heat, it won't be work. Okay, so that time you have to do some work. Okay, that is from low temperature to high temperature. We cannot get it just by keeping it aside. We have to put up some energy. That is, it is not a spontaneous process. So this refrigerator needs some energy. Where is that energy from? It is the physics baba, the current. Fridge won't work without current. Don't you know that? So this current is the energy provider. Pakka? This is a Colossian statement. This is one of the application of the second law of thermodynamics. Okay. Now let us move on to the Kelvin-Planck statement. Okay. Kelvin-Planck statement. Okay, this is also another application for that. I told heat engine. Okay, heat engine. Now, what is it doing? No heat engine can have thermal efficiency of 100%. Like what philosophers will say, no one in this world is 100% perfect. Just like that, no heat engine is 100% efficient. What am I mean by the statement of efficient? Suppose this is a system and I am providing some energy or power to this. Suppose I am providing it about 100 joules of work to this. Okay, and this system should do the work. That's why I'm providing energy, right? If the fridge is not working, why should I own the current simply? Okay, so this system is working, and it will provide, this is the input. Okay, so it will be providing or giving as the output of only about a 40. So this 100 to 40. So what is the 60% or what is the 60 joules of work is lost? It is lost as heat. That's what the principle of fridge 2. You can see the compressor, the applying energy or the input is not equal to output. If both are equal, efficiency is said to be 1. I will say that efficiency, actually there is a formula for efficiency, and hope everyone will be knowing the formula of efficiency because it is very very simple. That is, efficiency formula is output by input. Okay, so here you suppose I am doing this work 100 and I'm getting 100% is being done, no heat is being emitted, so 100 by 100 will be actually 1 efficiency equal to 1 is impossible here. In the whole world it is impossible. No one is 100% efficient. Show me a person if you can. Okay, so efficiency here in this case is we are providing the output as 400, right, and the input as 100. So the efficiency is just 4, or in percentage you can say like 4% or something like that. Okay, not 4%, 4 into 100, I mean 400. Oh my god, what did I do? This is such an example. Okay, not 400, it is 40. That's what. Okay, so output is 40 by 100, so it will be 4 by 10 is the only efficiency. And if you want to convert it to percentage, 100, 40% is the only efficiency. Okay, so no one is efficient in this world. That is what the Kelvin-Planck statement states. And it is impossible to create a cyclic device which produces work done by exchanging heat with a single reservoir. This is the next statement. Okay, I'll explain it. Don't need to worry about it. Okay.